Hello, welcome to Monday and welcome to a new vlog. This morning I worked a little bit on editing last week's footage that I'm about to upload. I worked from a little coffee shop yesterday, planning my week and finalizing the last step for a new pattern that is ready for test knitting. So I'm gonna send a call for test knitting either tonight or tomorrow. I just need to add like a final things to the pattern and then send a call for test knitting. This morning I have been doing also a bit of sample knitting with the last yarn that you have seen in last week's vlog, and I struggled a little bit with the cast on because I needed a 3mm needle for casting on, and I do not have that size in my Chiagu needle set, which is my favorite. They're my favorite needles basically. So this is the little case of the needles, and I don't know if you can see, but I have multiple sizes of like the 4mm and the 3.75, especially because these are the needles that are the sizes that I use the most. And yeah, just because I never seem to find like the needles when I need them, because I don't know, I always think that I have a couple of whips on my needles only, but when I just look at my sets, there's always like a pair missing, so I have like a couple of hidden works in progress somewhere. So yeah, these are my favorite needles. But the thing is that the set, I think this is a small set. It doesn't come with a 3mm needle, so I had to improvise and look through like the other needles that I have in like a different bag, and the only set that I have found are these very long double pointed needles, and I haven't used like double pointed in quite some time. So let's say like the cast on this morning was quite interesting, and the thing with double pointed needles, when they're slightly too long, I tend to knit with them with like one needle that I put like right here, and then I tend to push on it, so then I don't have to hold it, and then that happens. So I remember I met Donna Smith last year at the Creative Festival in the UK, and Donna Smith is a wonderful designer from Shetland, and she came all the way from that part of Scotland, and she brought with her her knitting belt, which she uses to, you know, still to this day to knit. And if you've never heard about a knitting belt, it is exactly what it is. It's a leather kind of oval belt with tiny holes in it, and she uses like very long double pointed needles, and the way she knits is exactly what I have demonstrated right now, except that she has the belt to kind of poke through, so then she doesn't stab herself with the needles. So the technique is pretty much the same, except that there's a tool to help you knit. I was thinking if I ever get to visit Shetland one day, I might consider trying a knitting belt and see how I like it and how different it is from, you know, knitting with circular needles. because as much as I love circular needles, and especially interchangeable sets, I do not tend to get like cramps or pain from knitting, but when knitting on like very chunky pieces that are, you know, heavy, or like just like garment in general, if they're knit like, you know, on needles that we hold this way, all the weight is kind of like on the shoulders, and it might not be like the best thing. So I was thinking like maybe the knitting belt in that regard is probably helping with that, because a large portion of like the weight is basically on the belt and on the needle itself, not so much on, like, you know, the shoulders. So yeah, that's something that that I'm thinking of ever since I've seen Donna knit with her beautiful belt. Welcome to Tuesday. I'm still really bad with dates. So this morning it is way more chilly. There's like wind blowing. There's like a tree that I can see moving there, and my windows opening. Oh, and by the way, over there, I don't know if you can see like the green plastic thing. That is a polytunnel that has been placed by my landlord, and they are actually growing vegetables in the remnants of that house there. We went there last week, like our landlord asked us to come and have a look, and they are growing tomatoes and like a lot of pumpkins as well. So that is really inspiring. I love like urban gardening. I love that a lot, and it's just like really inspiring when, you know, some people want to grow stuff but they don't necessarily have the land for that, and you know, they try to be creative with what they have. So yeah, that is really inspiring. So anyway, I was about to tell you about the things that I'm working on at the moment. This morning I'm doing the laundry because we finally have hot water. Oh, that window. We finally have hot water. Hot water again. So I'm doing a bit of laundry, and I'm also finalizing colors for the little collection that I talked about in the previous vlog. And that part is challenging because I already have completed one sample, so I have one colorway that is already decided. So then I have to work from there, and decide which colors I'm going to use for like the other patterns, and it is super challenging. I mentioned that many times, but I'm super picky with my colors, and I just want, you know, the whole collection to be coherent. So yeah, I'm having a hard time with that. I'm sure about the designs that I want to have, but the colors is challenging. So I'm emailing the sweet dyer that I want to work with and asking her like about the colorways that she has available in that specific base, and then kind of work from there and decide colors for pattern number 2. So yeah. I'm so happy we are in the forest today, and we are foraging for the first time this year, and it rained for the whole night yesterday, so we thought that we could come early this morning and try to see if there's some mushrooms. It's still early on the season. Today is like the 25th or 26th of August, which is still very early, but we never know. So this is what I have found so far, and we're gonna keep looking. Hopefully we're gonna be able to find like a handful of them and be able to make like a sauce tonight for dinner. Back home after running some errands. I went to the post office because I received a parcel from John Arvin with little samples. So I'm opening it up. I'm gonna try to show you. Maybe like this. So there's a little letter that I'm going to read. This is their card. I'm going to read that as well. Beautiful already, and it's gonna be hard to do that with one hand, so I'm putting you down. Oh, all the shade cards. I love shade cards. Right. I don't know where to start. So, this is beautiful. I love this golden yellow. Oh. And that is their Falkland Merino Exmoor. I love Falkland Merino. Okay, this is stunning. Fingering weight. I love that. Their Viola. And I have this purple here, but I've never seen the other colors. Oh, their cinnamon is so beautiful. Okay. Then we have their, I can't pronounce this. And they always have this beautiful golden yellow here that I absolutely love. And there's more. It's gonna take me a bit of time to go through everything and have a proper look. And that is their knit by numbers that comes in like a billion colors. So let's have a look at the yarn. It is Wednesday today, and it's actually, I think, 2 weeks later, because last week I uploaded a little tutorial on how to make tassels, so I didn't upload like last week's vlog. So yeah, today's Wednesday, as I have said, and I have a little something to tell you. I have a new pattern coming out at the end of the day. So right now it's like noon, so by the time you're watching this, the pattern will be out. And that is a pattern that I completed a couple of months ago and that I thought would be published in May. But because of the heat wave, and because also I was away for most of June, and then summer was crazy hot, and I don't think that anyone would want to knit a DK weight jumper, I decided to wait and publish the pattern in September. So now that it is September, I can finally show you the pattern. It is out right now on Ravelry, and I will provide a link in the description box below. Also find a discount code to use for the pattern. And yeah, I'm super excited about this pattern. I have been wearing it quite a bit already, I must say. It's super cozy, super boxy, and I think it's quite flattering on many body types. I'm going to sign off now, and yeah, I will be chatting with you again next week. Happy knitting!